Hello, Scorpios. It's Sonia of True Light Guide bringing you your February 2019 Angel Reading and Energy Forecast. For those of you who are coming back, I welcome you. It is great to have you again. I'm sorry I missed you in January. I did lose my voice. It was a busy time and I got a clear message just to let it be for that month. But I am back now. For those of you who are joining for the first time, welcome. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. And for everyone, if you like my videos, show your love through liking, commenting, and sharing on my videos. So let's get to it. There's no retrograde energy this month, so forward momentum. But Scorpio, when I shuffled your cards, it was dense and hard. Okay, it was like how do I put this? The cards felt heavy. So, I mean, it's one thing to be grounded, but it's another thing to be like steel, okay? So we're going to find out what, is going to best serve your energy. So the readings will be an overarching theme for the month, your love, your career, and personal growth, and each one will start with what's coming. So this is like the energy forecast or just like a weather forecast. If it's going to rain, the second card will show you how to make the greatest opportunity out of it. If it's going to rain, it might be put things away or maybe plant your seeds if it was springtime. So instead of trying to change the weather, which is a lot more effort, and not as efficient, you can just say, okay, this is what's coming to me. This is how I make the greatest opportunity out of it, okay? And should you do so, the opportunity that can come of it in a new result. So let's dive right in. There is romantic energy. I'm like knocking the table and everything. You're very grounded and very certain about your approach in your relationships, okay? There's just this, again, very heavy earth energy here. So they're saying you're being swept off your feet in situations and topics that make your heart flutter. So if you've got a lot of emotional energy, which is kind of like the water, okay, element, and you got earth and you got too much of that, what happens? It becomes very dense, right? Very heavy. So it doesn't move things along as gently as you might want them to, okay? So they're just acknowledging that's just kind of the mix that's going on right now. There's kind of like a density in emotion and a density in your actions. So they do bring you into the advice, okay? And it's a card of change, a higher arcana. So when that comes up, it's saying really change your approach. Like this is a new way of doing things than you've done before. And this is about using your emotional energy in the way of love. If you're finding yourself in a place of resistance or feeling like things are stuck or not moving forward, then love it. Okay, practice the law of non-resistance, and you can look it up and get some information about that. But ultimately what it is instead of trying to force change, you unconditionally love it. I love it for what it is, I accept it for what it is, and ultimately what that does is help things to start moving on and be committed in your choices, because that will move things forward. And what will come of it is a greater outcome for all. Environmental activism, which is really what this card is about the environment, or how when we do one thing that it does affect more than just ourselves, that it's affecting those around us in our environment as well, okay? Both whether they're with you at that moment or not. So stay consistent in your energy, because we're all having a conversation in spirit, both loved ones living and past. We're having conversations in spirit up here as much as we do one-to-one here. So I can hear people coming in before I even talk to them on the phone. So know that we all do it. And so it does matter that not just when you're with people, that you're keeping that energy consistent throughout, even when you're on your own. Coming into your love life, cards of change. So the first card that came up of what's coming to you is a new beginning, okay? Starting a new life with your life purpose. The first step to your life purpose is really owning love energy, stepping into your personal power, knowing happiness is really 90% internal, 10% what happens in your life, okay? So it's really this place in a forgiving, compassionate review of the past. That is going to come up. That is just going to be an overarching theme for, the month, which would make sense. They're kind of like, there's going to be a call to be a little bit more flexible in how you do things, because the card of change is in the advice column, meaning doing things different than what you've done before. And this time around, it's actually joy through spiritual growth. You'll have a great sense of aha, and being able to forgive and being able to move through this with spiritual growth, which is understanding yourself better, acknowledging and forgiving, and just working through this. Answers will come. And here's the thing, be a light to others. when you understand, if you're on my channel, if you're getting these messages, you probably channel the same way I do. You're probably very gifted, whether you know it or not. Most people I work with have a very similar gift to my own. And I just know that, if you're hearing this, there's a good reason for it. So know that we're having conversations up there as much as we do here. So even though I'm not in the room with somebody, I know that my inner stability, my inner joy does impact other people in my life. And so just do it, okay? Just trust it and do it. Should you do that, there's a really nice outcome here where things start moving forward and get into more of an airier energy that will move things along in a gentler way. Keep your eyes on the big picture, leave details to others. This is where you look at your end result and you don't get hung up on the method, but you look towards the result and say, there's always, I'm always being guided to the right next step to get here. And ultimately what will happen is your success will come and you do have a genuine concern for others. So just kind of going back to that overarching theme for the month. So coming into your career, okay? So, resources of time, money, support, you're almost feeling like it's less structured and you're just kind of like, I'm not used to this. I don't like my structure. Why does it feel like everything's free flowing here? I don't know if I can handle that, but they are saying it's a good time. There's resources, there's support, there's money, there's time. So just that inner center is a great place to be. And they say step in your personal power, okay? Know that if you're needing more stability, that it comes from an inner pillar, not an outside structure, okay? Notice how that's a consistent theme. Make sure your inner space is consistent and stable and feeling good instead of relying on outside situations, okay? I have a feeling learning this now will serve you much better coming up to the second half of the year, okay? Just have faith in it. And then should you do that, you'll find that working alone is not the right answer. That what this is really about is knowing how to kind of like take in what resources are there, okay? Think of this as like a strategist, okay? A business strategist. This is somebody who takes in, okay, here's the information, okay? Here's the outcome that we want. Here's the resources available. You step into your personal power, listen for your inner guidance, and then work with others on the outcome that you desire. Because that is where it's taking you. It's not about you doing it all alone. It's about coming together and working in partnership with other people. Now into your personal growth, because your career is great. Your love life is taken care of. Now you're home alone. What do you need to feel fulfilled this month? Well, it comes into a place of being able to feel good in your decisions and let go. Your indecision comes from a place of needing more peace, both with yourself and what's happened in life. Understand the serenity prayer. There are things that you can change, right? There's things that you can't. And then finally, know the difference between the two. Like I say, if it's going to rain, you can either blame yourself that it rained, try to change that it rained, or accept it and then step into your personal power and move forward. Because they say it is about confidence here. Build your confidence. How do you do that? They really say it's that emotional energy, okay? So that's what's kind of bogging things down from really moving forward is just too much emotional stuff. So taking time to process that will be important each day. Safe to trust. Trust yourself and believe good things are coming to you. The ability to accomplish many things, and it really is follow your creative passions. So a great way to channel your emotional energy is through creativity, through writing, whatever way that feels good to you. And then finally, what you'll find is there's been some things that haven't been serving you, and it's time to just give it up to God. And sometimes it's like, this workplace doesn't work for me, for example. I know it. But no matter how much I try to apply or anything, things aren't working out for me. So I don't know what to do. I'm going to give it into God's hands and know the next right step will find me. So give it a try this month, Scorpio. I have a feeling there's some really good things that are on the horizon for you, but it's going to take some work to get there. So this is a good month. There's not a lot going on out there. It's just a really great time to lighten up the internal space and move forward lighter and happier into March. So I look forward to seeing you then in March. Ciao for now.